Good morning, I'm Andrew, the osteopath at the Thrive Body Clinic, and this is my first cup of coffee today. So, long weekend, but we're here, it's Monday, it's crackle. Went for a run at the weekend, which was my first of the entire 2025, which I felt good about. I felt good about the run, but not the fact that it took me till February to get around to it. Anyway, prepped for the run, did a bit of stretching, bit of warm-up sort of stretching, prepped with my clothes, took my phone out to listen to a podcast, and that's when I realised that I haven't actually listened to some of my podcasts for quite a while. Massive backlog. The app was trying to update a whole load of stuff at the same time, which wasn't really helpful when I just wanted to go out. But because I'm not commuting to London anymore, I'm not driving for long periods, or not driving much at all, and I haven't been running. Long distance training is ideal for listening to podcasts, I think. So not listening to podcasts. So I've got like 110 podcasts selected in the podcast app and from my Apple phone, and yeah, there was a lot of them queued up, ready to go. I might have to go through and really cull this time the stuff that I actually want to make a point of listening to. My top, there's a bunch of osteopathic ones, a couple of businessy ones, but a bunch of osteopathic ones. I was thinking about this. My top three, in no real order. My top one probably is the Horrible Histories podcast. What's it called? Who You're Dead to Me. That one is just very funny. But a lot of laughs listening to that over the years. That's still very good. And the best bit about it is it doesn't matter what bit of history it is, who they're talking about. I'm almost always don't know enough about that person, and they'll tell me something I don't know, and it'll be funny. And I also like, what's the other one? There's a couple of martial art ones, but to be honest, they don't have a long life. But one of the longest going, certainly one of the ones I've been listening to the longest, is an American one called Whistle Kick. I do enjoy that, although every now and again I think, is this getting a bit samey? Keep interviewing people and they've got very similar, not life experiences, but we're all dedicated to the same thing, so it gets a bit samey. And there's a local one, a guy from Bognor actually, that I quite like, called The Body and the Beast. That's a little bit businessy, I suppose, but a little life coaching thrown in there as well, which I quite like. And then a bit of a guilty pleasure. This isn't on the podcast app, but it's more YouTube based. I quite like watching the what's his name? James. The guy lives in Australia. I'm going to have to look his name up now. The guy lives in Australia now, who's a fitness coach that does now moved into business mentoring, and his videos most of the time now are just like, how I make $5,000 a day, and it feels a bit scammy. It feels a bit not exactly try hard, but I don't know. Doesn't feel like what he's offering necessarily has a huge amount of value to it, and yet millions of people are paying for it. But like I say, that's kind of a guilty pleasure, because as much as I think that, he still manages to make it quite entertaining, and I end up watching or listening to it pretty regularly actually. It helps that those ones tend to be quite short, so if I've only got 5 minutes, that'll be an easy thing to listen to. I've been keeping up with the business ones. That feels more like work though than I'm going to go for a run and listen to a business podcast. But I still love podcasts. I still am aiming to be doing more running, so I will be able to pick up the stuff that I do enjoy. Maybe not used to listen to Marathon Talk a lot when I worked in central London, but that helped the 2-hour commute with a 2-hour podcast. So I could guarantee to get at least one episode out of the way in the morning, and then maybe another one on the way back. Sorry for saying so much. Yeah, podcasts. So I'd be interested to know what other people think are good podcast-wise. A friend of mine has just recently launched a podcast on YouTube, and I have been making a conscious effort to listen to that. But again, that's been quite a short one, so that's good. Sorry, I knocked the stand. Yeah, so Monday, I've got some Thrive patients this morning, and then I'm over to the SOS clinic in Southwick this afternoon. School run, all the usual stuff that you have in a day-to-day. But looking forward to everything, I think, and then it's going to be a great week. So, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.